We're at the 2010 Orcas Island Sustainability Fair with
Pete Moe
and George Post.
And you represent?
The Funhouse and oh man, and I'm a member of the Solid Waste Advisory Committee for the county, and myself and my family.
Oh, and I represent actually the Exchange, which is the reuse facility here on Orcas, and I was a longtime member of the Solid Waste Committee as well, and have followed the issues for many, many years.
Okay, so we're here at the fair, and what is it that you'd like people to know?
Well, I'd like people to know that if they continue to use resources the way we do culturally, that we're going to have to change our ways because we're using up all the Earth's resources.
And so, practically speaking, then, what are you doing on Orcas Island besides for educating and informing people that they need to use less waste? Is there anything also on a practical level that we would like to know about?
Well, one of the main things I came here today to do is let people know in San Juan County that we have a failed model for solid waste management here, and we need to change it. Right now, the way the system works is the more garbage that gets trucked off the island, the better. That's the way the current system is set up, because all the money is generated by the amount, the tons of garbage taken out of the islands. We need to change that model completely to a model that rewards reuse and recycling, because we want to send less garbage off island, not more garbage off island. And but the current system here in the county rewards more garbage and penalizes recycling and reuse.
Well, where exactly does our garbage go? For me, it goes away. But where does it go?
Well, our commingled recycling goes back to the mainland and is processed by waste management, and we're not quite sure where it goes after that. The actual garbage, though, goes on trucks from here to the mainland, is transferred to other trucks or train cars and taken to eastern Oregon, actually. One of the most ridiculous things is that in this county we have no composting programs in place. So tons and tons of grass clippings and branches trimmed from the trees here end up getting trucked to eastern Oregon and dumped in landfills.
And so what would you like people to do instead?
Well, here in the county, I think you can use the model of the Exchange that we've been doing for now 27 years, is to reuse everything you can possibly reuse on the island and to regenerate the economy and the material assets of the island by using these materials over and over. That way you reduce the materials that are being trucked away. So the best thing to do is to reduce your consumption, reuse everything you can possibly reuse, and recycle everything that you can't use in your own neighborhood.
And so there's practicality of each individual household having their own worm bins and composting and turning their grass clippings into soil, but you're also talking on the county level. We're trying to get the model changed. How is that going to happen?
We're not sure, but everyone should know that the county is going to probably spring a ballot initiative on us in November that's going to be looking to get some more money for their currently broken solid waste model. It's important that when they do that, they plan for the future, that when they ask for tax dollars, that they also have in mind a new model that incorporates these things that George and I are talking about: reuse, composting, maybe the reuse of construction materials, which is the biggest volume of garbage that leaves the San Juan Islands.
And so if somebody wants to give their council people their opinions that support what you're saying, what might they do?
They can contact their councilman via email, or come to a SWAC meeting, which are open to the public. And we're also going to set up a blog for people interested in garbage issues, and they can find out about that by writing emails to me, petemoe@gmail.com.
And then, George, you were involved for 27 years. You just stopped. You kind of passed the baton somewhat to Pete. There might be somebody out there who wants to get way involved. Is there room for being involved with SWAC?
I think there's another opening on the committee itself. I would say on a more widespread practical basis, it would behoove everyone in the county to educate themselves about how the solid waste is handled. Most people don't know anything about it, and if they're asked to support a system that they don't know anything about, they're likely to not understand and not want to support it. So the best thing to do is to pay attention and to find out exactly what is the garbage situation here and whether you want to support the current model or a new model. It's about self-education, really.
You've had a huge effect on me, and many other people have, in that when I go to the grocery store, I noticed, oh, they cost this much, but then I realized, oh, but I'm also going to have to pay to get rid of this garbage. Oh, it comes, look at all this packaging. So as I shop, I've transformed my way of thinking where, okay, I'd rather just grow my own. So yeah, if everybody thinks in terms of when they shop, what kind of waste will this produce?
Well, I think that's exactly right, and this whole sustainability fair is about that. It's about paying attention to how you live and in your own life creating a new model so that we can have a sustainable culture. Right now, that's not the mode we're in.
But it's getting better. I think that there's so many people we know here who talk about it. It seems like when we go to parties, that's what we talk about instead of the ball game. It's a high interest thing here on Orcas.
I agree. And as George said, please try to get educated on the system here in San Juan, because it's very complex. It's hard to get your mind around, but you'll learn a lot, and I think you'll want to help us change the model.
Thank you.
Thank you, Didier.
Thank you, Didier.